98.1 brings you the marketplace.
All right, Lagos, it is 16 minutes, Compass 5, and you are tuned in to the marketplace here on Smooth 98.1 with yours truly, Joy Uriye. And today on the marketplace, well, we'll be talking about something that is of utmost importance, and that is building a career in public relations, especially here in Nigeria. And my guest will be shedding more light on why this is important is none other than Babajide Benson. Yes, he is my guest this evening, and he is the founder of Cast Public Relations. Good evening and welcome to the marketplace. Hi, JB, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Awesome. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Good evening. It's good to be here again.
Yes. And Lagos, hey, you know how we get to do here. It's not just talk, talk, talk. You get to also share your thoughts as well. WhatsApp is 0809-4440981. I'd love to hear from you. How you also intend to tap into this because it's very helpful. And talking about tapping, well, if you have questions or you have contributions, or also what you can do is come through on WhatsApp and drop your nuggets. But as always, glad to have my guests with me. You know, when you see certain people, just know that it's coming. No, it's not that England. No, let's not even get into football and all that. Some things didn't come home for certain people, but let's leave it where it is. Now let's get into the public relations sector. And here's my first question that I definitely want to get off the table. Is public relations a profitable sector in Nigeria? Because everything, when it relates to us, we're always thinking, how can I make money from it? Is it going to yield any results? As a typical Nigerian, we're always looking for the pay or the gains. Let me put it that way. So, is it profitable?
Oh, yes, it is. It's very profitable, but like many industries, it's not immune from the vagaries of the Nigerian economy. So when the economy is doing well, public relations benefits from it. When the economy takes a nosedive, public relations is also affected. In many organizations, public relations and marketing are lumped together, so they're in the same bouquet. And many times when organizations are cutting their budgets, marketing is always the first to take a hit, in my estimation, and that would almost always affect public relations, because marketing is considered a cost center in many organizations. Sadly, public relations is considered as one as well. So yes, it is profitable, but the economy is the ultimate determinant. But we can't do with public relations just as we can't do with many other complements of the core business of an organization.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah. So for an average person who's going into the sector to search for a job, should one now focus on corporations or individuals, like say celebrities or politicians, once you're looking to get into the space?
Well, so that's a function of your personal makeup. So for instance, if you're a social butterfly, yes, you're likely to be more interested in being around celebrities, the places that they go to, the trends around them, what they wear, how they appeared, how they arrived. So yes, there's a great opportunity for that. But if your orientation is more corporate, clearly you should be looking in the direction of finance, or insurance or maritime or several other corporate organizations. And of course, if you have a flair for current affairs and politics and policy, you can definitely go that route as well. So there are many entry routes, and my counsel will be, it depends on your personal makeup. So many times people do a SWOT analysis of self, or what you call your temperament, and you know the things that appeal to you, and that should guide your career so that you don't get stuck or find out later in life that you're on the wrong path. I mean, there's also a possibility for that to happen, and that you can quickly make a retreat. But it's best to be able to start early and know that you've gotten on the right path. So there's none of them that is not profitable. There's none of them that is not good. They all have their strengths and they all have their weaknesses, and they all have their great opportunities.
As long as you're a social butterfly, then that is where you should be. But if you're not, well, you need to find some other space that is more welcoming. But with that, here is the one that people don't usually think about, but I want to get your 2 cents in. What are the way or skills to have if you want to be in this space, if you want to be a successful public relations person?
Yeah, so must-have skills will be writing.
Which you've been doing.
Yeah, you must love writing, because there's no there's hardly public relations without writing. Writing is a very critical element of public relations, especially at the entry and intermediate level. When you start to get to C-suites, a lot of that can be delegated, because at that point you probably only have to be editing what your subordinates have written and be putting finishing touches to it. So writing is what I would refer to as number one. Number two is have a nose for the news or trends, whatever it is, whatever is going on around. It could be politics, it could be pop culture, it could be foreign affairs, it could be finance news, it could be whatever it is, but you must have a nose for news. You must also have an eye for details. So you must be able to spot something that could go wrong, and you must be able to spot something that would be a great opportunity. So writing, having a nose for the news, having an eye for detail, and networking is a very great skill. If you're not networking with anybody, at least you're networking with the media, because the media is a vital tool, a vital complement of the public relations profession. And your Rolodex is your contact. So media, whether it's traditional media, online media, whatever it is, you must have some of them on speed dial and have a personal relationship with them.
I like that. And truly, they say your network is your net worth. So if you have the right people around you, hey, it's just like I have you now. It's not easy to get you on a regular day, but here we are having this conversation. And I've had to pay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm here anyway.
which is why we're talking about this anyways.
Indeed.
Okay, so every individual who's trying to get into a space is also looking at the end of the day, what's my what do I get to gain or stand to benefit from it? And here's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You know how it is, we have so many radio stations? Same thing you have with different media houses. So some persons might have a particular idea. I want to, this is my niche. I want to do this. Is it usually better for someone who is trying to get into the public relations space?
I'm losing you.
Go at it?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Just can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, so here's what I was asking, basically, right? Is it easier to strike out and do your own thing, set up your own PR company, or join a company and, as they say, lend the ropes? And once you've gotten your footing, hey, you can now leverage on that. Which is usually the best, or I wouldn't say the best, but what would you advise for someone who is, thinking of that or getting into the space?
I won't even give an advice. I would say follow your how do they say that again?
Your
Follow
intuition?
follow your intuition, follow your guts, because there's a
Right.
part about starting out early on the entrepreneurial path. So the
Ah.
courage to dare is something that I greatly salute and encourage. So I know of
Mm-hmm.
people who have started on a shoestring budget, who knew next to
To nothing.
nothing, but they just had the gumption to say, look, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to learn. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to fall. I'm going to rise. And years down the line, they have
Hmm.
great stories to tell. Now, however, if you do not have the courage to dare, you're not confident of yourself
Hmm.
enough. If your thinking is still wavering back and forth, my counsel will be go somewhere to learn the rope, be under somebody, so that you can make your mistakes anonymously.
Okay.
And when you think that you've built enough confidence, then you
Mm.
can start out on your own. So it's really another thing for one to do self assessment. Again, the SWOT part of it is very important. So
Right.
SWOT is something that
Right.
is almost an everyday thing in public relations. When you're working for a client, when you're marshalling your short or medium or long-term plan, your organizational goals, your vision, and what have you. So it's very important at every given point in time to identify what it is that you want to do and how you want to go about it. So I would end by saying that I salute those who have maybe just finished school and say, look, I'm going to do public relations. I'm going to start my own thing. Sometimes they don't have offices. Sometimes all
Hmm.
they have is a phone, a device, and they just say, look, I
Just
want to manage
mhm.
somebody's social media handles. And they do a great job at it. And from
Okay.
there, they get the second, and then the third, and then the fourth client. And before you know it, they say they want to set up shop and they start to hire people because public relations contributes to
Right.
employment.
I agree totally. And with that
Yeah.
is something I need to touch on. Uh yes, with the advent of, well, we're in a technology age, but AI is
Yeah,
here. Huh.
it is.
How does how does AI
It
play
is.
in this field? Because we see a lot of people, um, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but some people
Yeah.
rely heavily on
Yeah.
AI with scripting and try to, okay, dot my I's, correct my diction, and all that.
Mm.
Is this the way forward in this industry?
Okay, so I mean, AI is something there's hardly a day that there's no conversation about AI these days. And so denying it will be denying oneself of the opportunities inherent in it. It's going to play a
Okay.
significant role in almost every industry. It's already doing that. So there was a book by, I can't remember the name of the author now, but it's called Who Moved My Cheese?
I have seen that book.
And I think a
No, I can't
sequel
remember
to
the
it
name.
was, yeah, I think a sequel to it was Our Iceberg is Melting. So AI exists to complement everything that we already do, possibly to make our work easier, to make it faster, to reduce our capacity, to reduce the need, rather, to put our nose to the grind. So we must not disregard or discountenance the contribution that AI can make to any profession because AI is the result of some people's thinking. Some people worked time
Right.
and again to make AI happen the way it is happening today, whether it is ChatGPT or DeepSeek or Gemini or any of the ones that you want to talk about. So it's a tool.
Right.
It's a tool to enhance what we do, whether it is our writing or our graphics or what have you. But ultimately, the human being is the one that is going to put the final T's and to do the final crossing of T's and dotting the I's. So yes, we can go to AI to get started, but at the end of the day, when you're making a pitch or
Right.
you're making a presentation, if the originality is
Has
not there,
company.
you'll be found out. So AI is a friend, it's a complement, it's not here to take anybody's job as far as I am concerned. Use it to the best of your ability, ensure that credit is given where AI has been used and we'll all be better
Okay.
for it at the end of the day.
Thank you so much for that. Knowing that it's not taking anyone's job, it's just
No, it's not.
enhancing the knowledge because it's, as they say, garbage in, garbage out. So if you put nonsense in, it will
Mm-hmm.
it will give you back the nonsense that you
Absolutely.
put in. But if you put
Absolutely.
absolute work into it, it's definitely going to reward you. And with that,
Yeah.
I want to say thank you so much. But how can people reach out to you? Your social media handles, maybe they have further questions, they're looking at improving themselves. How can they reach out to you
Okay.
on your social media handles?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn as Babajide Benson. That's a very easy way to find me. On LinkedIn, I am Babajide Benson. So that's the easiest. So if you're not
Easiest.
on LinkedIn, get on it. And if you're on LinkedIn, connect with me.
Right. So do the
Yeah.
needful. Well, Lagos, thanks. First off, I want to say very big thank you to Babajide Benson for, all the insights. Public relations isn't something that, people see it as is not just easy
Yeah.
peasy. No, don't think of it as that way. But on the other side, Lagos will be having more conversations. So as always, you need to stay tuned to Smooth 98.1.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.